Welcome to Beers with Brian. And I'm Brian. All right, this is the back to school edition. Hey, well, the kids are getting back to school around here, locally, in the high schools and elementaries, and at Purdue. And it remains to be seen how this is going to be played out. But safe to say, I think that in the next 10 days to 2 weeks will be very telling. Will new outbreaks erupt? Will we see hotspots everywhere? Can Mitch's new code of conduct really prevent off-campus housing parties? Inquiring minds want to know. My prediction, I think we're going to see some spikes in positive cases nationwide next week, which will result in a knee-jerk reaction to shut everything down. Like, nothing's going to be open, and it's going to suck. But we'll all just have to deal with it, one way or another. So remember, people are people, and we need to be kind when this all goes down. And I need to make a shout out to Dr. Adler and the fire inspectors, because I was throwing a little shade last week about having to close at midnight and all the inspections that we're having to do, which is frustrating, but I understand they're trying to do jobs to keep people safe, and I appreciate that. So keep doing the good work, guys, even if I bitch and moan about it a little bit. If you see somebody who's not wearing a mask, you don't have to go all Karen on them or Brian on them or whatever you want to call it these days. You can just walk away. You can avoid them and then walk on down to Brokerage Brewing Company and have the beer of the week. This is Can't Stop the Copper Hop, which is our latest installment of a hazy IPA. It's almost got a little sweetness to the nose, which you can't really smell sweet, but it kind of smells sweet. Fruity, definitely. 6.4 ABV and 30 IBUs. This is a single hop beer from the hop called Copper. And these hops are grown right here in Indiana by Tiger Claw Hops. And that just got me thinking about like hops and where they're from and varieties and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, I'm not an expert, but I know enough to be dangerous. So how many hop varieties do you think there are? Well, I've seen estimates of 80, 147, but I think it's way more than that. This one wasn't even on the list that I was looking at. We had a beer a few months ago called It's All Numbers, and the hops were just numbers, like experimental varieties. So there's like so many hops being grown out there. It's amazing. The variety is amazing. We've got classic hops from each country. In Germany and Czechoslovakia, there are the noble hops, and these are like the hops that have been around for centuries even. Saaz, Hersbrucker, Tettnanger, Spalt, Hallertau. There's English hops like Golding and Fuggles. Side note, hop names are great. There's Green Bullet, Pacific Gem, Falconer's Flight, Bitter Gold. They're crazy. They're like horse names or, I don't know, names of just crazy stuff. U.S. hops, we got Cascade, Centennial, Chinook. Those are some of our new kid on the hops. Nugget, and the super popular Citra. And in Australia now and New Zealand we have hops. We have Nelson and Galaxy and on and on and on. This is basically to say there's a huge variety of hops out there. There are so many different like flavors and smells and aromas for hops. So if you're into hops, if you're a hop head, if you love IPAs, next time you go to your favorite brewery, wherever that may be, ask them about the hops they're using and just learn more about them because they're really cool and there's a lot of variety. And that's one of the 4 components of beer: hops, water, yeast, and malt. But hops is one of the ones that makes the biggest differences in flavor and stuff. All right, cool. There's some hop education for each day. New at BBCO this week. Lord willing, we're gonna get this hood installed. I think we're close. Today could be the day. I'm not 100% certain, but it's happening. So, and new food truck. Yes, we're gonna have the Polish pierogies from Indy coming up tomorrow, Saturday. If you don't know what a pierogi is, it's a little like dumpling, and they stuff it with some deliciousness, and then they kind of boil it, and then you just nom, 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 nom. Maybe kind of like dim sum if you had dim sum before, something similar to that. So not fried, good for you, delicious, and awesome. And next week, BBCO, we have EMT and Guac Box, and tonight, RTB. So lots of food trucks on the horizon. Come down whenever you want. Why am I doing this so much? I don't know. But remember, come visit us. We love you. Subscribe, like, mask up. Cheers!